I love your funny face, your sunny, funny face. Though you're no Gloria Swanson, for worlds I'd not replace that sunny, funny face.
My ambition was to be a go-ahead headmistress by the time I was 40, with a red sports car and romances all over Europe during the holidays. I don't know what went wrong, but that never came about.
I think that she'll be all right once we get her into the car.
I do hope, your lordship, that someday you'll give me the pleasure of entertaining you at one of my candlelight slippers.
Would you like a sausage roll?
What? No venison?
No, we don't have none of that.
Paul! True!
Oh, no! Oh, God, she's gone again.
Unhand me, varlet!
She's clever enough to disguise all the complacency of the rehearsals and the working things out what she's going to do here, and then make it look as though she's just thought of it for the first time. And that's the secret of success.
Hello? Hello? Is that the local paper? Well, I wish to speak with your editor, please. Tell him this is Mrs. Hyacinth Bouquet, B-U-C-K-E-T, calling on her mobile phone.
Patricia has a very strong moral streak, and she has very firm views, and I think if a part doesn't conform with those, she's very dubious about it. It's something we've always differed about.
I do hope you'll all join me in a bottle of the Dowager Lady Ursula's Haymow Geeseberry Wood. Hello.
I was born in Birkenhead, Cheshire, and when I was quite tiny, I can remember this clearly, if I started to blub about something, my mother would say, here, now, suck this. And generally it would be a toffee that you had to chew. And you found immediately you couldn't chew a toffee and enjoy it and cry at the same time. Very, very wily, very good. And you were laughing in a minute, you see. So it was really just the other side of the coin. And I learned very soon that tears of laughter are not really very far from tears of sadness. My first professional engagement was at the Liverpool Playhouse, which was a repertory theatre of some distinction and tradition. And I got a job as an unpaid assistant stage manager. And I would observe how people got laughs, how to pace a scene, all those things, just absorbing it all the time.
So you reckon you're all right now, do you, love? Remember a good old-fashioned belt on the side of that till if you get stuck.
I did 3 episodes of Coronation Street. They built a cafe for me, the Gadget coffee machine.
Funny how a nice smile and be joyful eyes can make some lads fancy another cup of tea and a bacon sandwich. Mind you mustn't flaunt yourself. Just watch me and you'll be all right.
But I knew I didn't want to end my days there. I wanted to be other people, explore the experience of other characters. It gives you a sense of power if you time a good line in a play and the audience responds the way you hope they will. It does give you a sense of power.
Wait. There is a way that I've often seen used in the theatre. Ah, what? It's not brilliant, but it might work the man.
But Patricia and I have never worked together for no reason at all. It just hasn't happened. The nearest we got was when I invited her to North Hertfordshire, where I'm connected with a hospice, and asked her to take part in a gala concert there. And a whole lot of other colleagues and friends came, and we had a fantastic evening. But she rather stole the evening because she stood at the piano and sang a song about a lady who wanted to be an opera.
I want to sing in opera. I've got that kind of voice. I'd always sing in opera if I could have my choice. Signor Caruso told me I ought to do so. That's why I want to sing in opera. Sing in opera.
It was enormously funny and stopped the show. And people said to me afterwards, I had no idea that Patricia Routledge could sing. So I said, oh, yes, yes, yes.
A maid is like the golden ore which hath guineas intrinsical hint, whose worth is never known before it is tried and impressed in the mint. A wife's like a guinea in gold, stamped with the name of her spouse. Now here, now there is bought or is sold, and is counted in every house.
Good writing is musical in the sense that it has rhythm, and good comedy writing, above all else, has rhythm. And quite often a line that is a funny line will have a specific rhythm that you dare not deviate from. Otherwise, it doesn't have that impact.
Oh, boys are always climbing trees. Yes, I know he's 53, but they never really grow up. I once caught Richard playing with a frisbee. He says it was one he'd found, but I've never been sure. Sometimes on sleepless nights, when my head's swimming with the responsibilities of organising another candlelight supper, sometimes I wonder, did he buy the frisbee?
Well, clearly a vocally trained actress who can sing is aware of the greater range, the greater possibility of modulating the voice. And what Patricia has is this ability. She has a very vast range, actually. She can go quite high and she can go down quite low. And she also knows about pitch and presentation modulation and have a great sense of volume. And there are times where you do feel it is coming up from the guts. You know, you don't feel it's all stuck in the throat somewhere. You feel it really is coming out. No one would accuse her of lacking power.
If I went to battle with someone's herd of cattle, there'd be No! You lost your place again. I thought you had from the beginning. If I went to battle with someone's herd of cattle, keep it going faster. Tell me he'd been certificated.
The first show I worked on with Patricia Routledge was Noises Off, which is a farce about a company of very second-rate actors putting on a very fifth-rate farce. I think people often don't realise that with farce, for instance, at which she is extremely skilled, what really counts in the end is not some abstract technical skill, some abstract technical specialisation related to farce. It's the same as everything else. It's the ability to play truthfully.
Trish Trotter's the only one with a real weight problem. And we're all salad fanatics, so we keep one another in line. I have to watch my stomach anyway, and salad suits Miss Brunskill because she's a big Christian Scientist.
I think I wrote Woman of No Importance when she was in Noises Off. And I've sent it to her, and she was a bit before she actually would read it, because she was doing Noises Off and didn't want to think about anything else.
I thought people would turn off the sets in their thousands. And he said, oh, think of the newsreaders, they've just got a talking head. And I said, yes, but I mean, you cut from the newsreader every so often to atrocities and people being mown down in the streets and everything. So you get a break from this face. And he was very patient and quietly, subtly adamant.
They looked to be about to introduce martial law around the salad bowl, so I thought little adventure. I'll opt for the hot dish of the day. Steak bits or chicken pieces. I knew the woman doling it out because she gets on the 56. She's black, but I take people as they come. And seeing it was me, she scrapes me up the last of the steak bits. I top it off with some mushrooms, and trust me if I don't get the last of the yogurts. I heard somebody behind me say, damn. I laughed.
I write very often in a very cliched language, really, and the language is very, I mean, possibly dull. And what Patricia does is to inflate it. She has an enormous amount of zest and brio, and she puts a lot of air into the language, and so it lifts dialogue which might otherwise seem to be quite banal.
He examined me, and I went through the story again, though I didn't actually mention the steak bits, and it was a beautiful carpet. Then he looked out of the window and asked me 1 or 2 questions about my bowels. I said, I believe your wife has a lot to do with the music festival. Yes, he said. I said, that must be very satisfying. He said, yes, it is. Last week she shook hands with the Queen. I said, well, that's funny, because I stood as near to her as I am to you at York in 1956. What an immaculate complexion.
I think what is at the essence of her comedy over and over again is this ability to portray someone who seems to be a very detached and humorous observer of life, but who then reveals hidden depths, either of emotion or mania.
Watching the timing, the sideways looks, the energy, and taking breaths on the laugh, it was like watching someone play a really fine musical instrument.
I've been lucky with buses when I think back. I don't know what it is, but just as I get to the bus stop, up comes the bus. It must be a knack. I don't think I've ever had to wait more than 2 minutes for a bus, even when it's been a really spasmodic service.
I think she divides what she does into art and entertainment, and I think I come under the heading of art, so that she'll allow herself to do things under entertainment, which she probably would be dubious about doing under art. I mean, she was utterly outrageous as Kitty in the Victoria Wood series. But I think if I asked her to do or say some of the things that she said in that, she would draw the line, because this is more serious stuff. Well, I prefer to be thought of as the entertainment sometimes.
My name's Kitty. I could have married, I've given gallons of blood, and I can't stomach whelks, so that's me for you. I don't know why I've been asked to interrupt your televiewing like this, but I'm apparently something of a celebrity since I walked the Pennine Way in slingbacks in an attempt to publicise mental health.
Well, she can handle an audience. She certainly seems very on top of it. Now, that's probably just good acting. She's probably terrified, like we all are.